Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Racing with the Reverend. I am the Reverend Bogey, and today we're at Sunset Peninsula, racing in the Honda Civic again. We'll tell you about some adventures I had in other races before recording this one that really made me unhappy. So, because, again, as was pointed out to me, I was dumb. We started second, and Tommy has just wrecked me. Turn 2. I thank him precipitously. He got no penalty out of that either, which really makes me unhappy, and it dropped us back to 14th. So now we're driving not happy, and Maverick is moving over under braking, and penalty to me. Of course, because that's how it works. I really wish Turn 10 could have fixed that before Microsoft shut half of them down and moved them over to Horizon. But this is the way it is, and we just have to live with it, I guess. So now we're in 10th place with the 1 second penalty, and there's penalties going on all over the place. Which leads me to believe that this is a demolition derby instead of a race. We started on medium tires. We're going to do 2 stops today. I do remember a lot of this race, so if I do say things ahead of time, I don't mean to. We just got around JTM, coming down to the banking and heading down the front straight. So this will be a little battle. There is Checo Perez in front of us, not the real Checo Perez. And not even a reasonable facsimile. I just took a drink. We head into turn 1 full speed. JTM couldn't do that. So now we're going into 2. And what a great braking job as we brake Pig Hunter. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Man, I outbraked that guy. Money shifted, though, which really wasn't cool. But I really outbraked Pig Hunter going into that corner. So I feel pretty good about that going into 2. So now Checo and Ace Company get involved. Ace Company goes out. Checo picks up another 2 seconds. So I'm not sure what to think about running around with Checo behind me. And, you know, it's only lap 2. He's already gotten probably a track cut penalty with the 0.4. Now he's got a 2 for the running off of Ace Company. And now he's on our trumpet, and I'm not really happy about it, but you know, who am I to talk? I got a second penalty for getting faded on, so. Lore can't take this corner with full throttle either. Or not full throttle, but not as fast as I can. He doesn't come out very well. And now we're about to move into 5th. How the heck did that happen? We must have a lot of quitters this race. But we're gonna get around Lore. We're heading to turn 1. Lore slips in behind, thinking about a move, but Lore cannot, again, take that at full throttle, and I can, so we're good there. I can't pronounce that name in front of me, so that person is now Mr. Unpronounceable. As we head down this back straight here, or this middle straight, these infield road courses are screwy. This is more of a middle straight into a hairpin. We are gaining on Mr. Unpronounceable in 4th. A. Garcia is gone, already 9.5 seconds up, and we're planning on 2 stopping, so I don't expect to be racing for a win here, although of course we will try. Do or do not, there is no try. Mr. Unpronounceable gets into the grass, doing a little lawn mowing, and that allows us to get going and get around as we head toward the banking. We're going to make this left here. We have the corner. We do a little bit of inside just to make sure that Unpronounceable doesn't try to do anything there. And now we are starting to pull away as we get on the banking and finishing up lap 3. This should be a good lap, even with the having to deal with passing. We should be better, I hope. Yeah, we're way better. We're already 1.6 seconds. Quick flash check of the tires so we know what's going on there. 1.5 seconds up, 1:36.765 for lap 4. And now we're starting our 4th lap as we go into turn 3. Mr. Unpronounceable gains a little bit as we head into 4, 5, and 6. There's 4, there's 5, here's 6. And we go under the bridge. We're starting to pull away a little bit going into the hairpin here at 7. This corner catches me out every once in a while. You know, now we got the 8, 9, 10 complex. We get through that relatively unscathed. We're trying to get up to Manco Feliz as we head into 9. I think I have that counted right. I hope so. Here's 10 and 11 and 12. Or that may be 12 there. I don't know how it counts, but we're doing pretty well. We're starting to pull away from Unpronounceable as we head into 13 or 12, depending on how you're counting it. This is the final corner as we head onto the banking, and we picked up about 0.4 of a second going through that corner on Feliz. A. Garcia is now 10 seconds ahead, and I mean, we're not losing that much time. He ran a really good qualifying lap. I think he was 8 or 9/10 of a second ahead of mine, if I remember correctly. 1:36.646. So we're getting faster as we head into turn 2. Little coast in 2. We already shifted into 3rd. I'm not sure which way I like this track because they run it in 2 directions. And I kind of like this way because of how you go into the road course. It tends to flow pretty good. I also like the other way because when I come off the banking into that corner, which technically I guess would be turn 2, when I come off the banking there, I come straight down the hill. I go halfway up where there's a little pavement patch, and I hit my brakes at my braking point, and then I just dive down, and I take that corner so quick that if I'm passing somebody, I ghost because they're not expecting that, and I don't think the AI is expecting someone to drive up there either. But to me, it seems like that's the fastest way through, and I can usually pick up 3 to 4/10 of a second just by going through that corner that way, and by taking because I'm able to take the next turn faster, so that kind of helps too. Didn't gain a lot here on Feliz, and this is not going to be our fastest lap, although timing would tell you it's consistent. That's 86 thousandths of a second off of the fast lap, so that's pretty good. As we head into lap 6, going through turn 3 now. We did pick up a little more time on Manco. Tommy has just taken the lead. He has 0.8 of a second in penalties, but that's probably track cutting. Because he didn't get anything when he whacked us in turn 3. Coming out of 2 and into 3, I should say. But he is in the lead, and A. Garcia is not there. This race started with 17. I don't think there's 17 left in here right now, to tell you the truth. So we're going to be coming up on some traffic. It looks like I can see the 3 cars in front of me on the mini-map, and the last place car is just going through the last couple of corners. Check the tires again. Looks like we're going to be able to get one more lap out of them as we head into the final set of corners before going back on the banking again. We are picking up small increments of time on Feliz. Now we're down to 3.9 seconds, and we're an equal distance to Mr. Unpronounceable. I'm Tommy, just went into the pits, so that's a position for us. Looks like that person is the only taker, so we are now in third place. So podium position right now as we head into lap 7 and go through turn 1 now into 2 again. There appears to be a lapped car because it is ghosted and it does have 2 digits right now. So there is a lapped car in front of us. We will lap that car hopefully by the hairpin. And we will. It was nice of him to get out of the way, even though he really didn't need to. And then he overshoots the corner. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, braking is unexplainable sometimes. So we're heading through this little section here off the drag strip, again, which is never used as we click over to minor wear. The drag strip on this track is not used in this game. So good for that. We're heading down the final straightaway into our last couple of corners. And I think this is where we head into the pits, I think. We're staying down. Manco Feliz is 3.5 seconds ahead. I'm assuming they are on hard tires, unless someone goes into the pits, which they didn't. So we're heading in. Pit stop hits, you know what that means. If you like this video, please click like. If you like watching all of my videos, please subscribe. Absolutely go ahead and comment down below. Please keep them clean and keep them on topic. There may be kids watching this stuff, so let's not sully it up with dirty language or anything like that. So we've come out of the pits. Turns 2 now and 3. We are behind Jim. We lost a couple of spots. We did manage to maintain our 1 lap lead on the 14th position car. A. Garcia is now 38 seconds ahead, which is not to be surprising because of our pit stop. He hasn't pitted yet. We'll see how far ahead he actually is in a second. Looks like Maverick got himself 4.5 seconds. So good job for him. I don't know what he did because I am not anywhere near Maverick, I think. JTM is in front of us right now, and we are timing our corner so we can try and get him here. We did not. I don't know if JTM lifted or if I was just taking that corner that quick. I will say that it's a nothing burger. We're going to brake early here, though, because I don't trust him now. As we head into this, and we have to slide way outside because of his late brake in the corner. Thank you, JTM. We had to slide way outside. It cost us a little time, but we'll get him on this front straight. We're in the draft. We're going to make our move here. JTM is not going to be able to cover that. We'll do a little side draft too, just to make sure. And we head into turn 1. A little bit of a lift because we were inside there. JTM goes way outside because he should have given up the corner or turned better. Take your pick. Now we're 20 seconds behind Lore, so the 3 cars behind me have not stopped, or in front of me, excuse me. The 3 cars in front of me have not stopped. So we will deal with that when they stop. I don't think we'll get around A. Garcia, but we will definitely get around Lore when Lore stops. And again, I'm assuming they're on hard tires because they're 9 laps in. You might have gotten the mediums to go 8 before they went moderate, but I didn't want to go 8 on them. I know that soft tires can go at least 4, probably 5. But if we can get 7 laps out of the mediums, then we can have really good soft tires for 4 laps. So I'm not too worried about the second stop. It's going to happen. I decided it was going to happen before the race even started. I like 2 stopping here. Laura's gone into the pits, so we will get up into 3rd place. Once we round this corner, we can see if anybody else joined Lore. It doesn't look like it, but we'll find out when we go by very shortly. There we go. A. Garcia also pitted, and so we'll see how much time we get from him pitting. It looks like it's about 30 seconds. So that's how much time it costs us in the pits. So maybe next race we have to rethink the stratagem a little bit. So lap 10 now. And again, we are going to have to stop again. We're on medium tires. So we've got 9 laps to go. A. Garcia is pulling away a little bit, but you know, fresher tires by a couple of laps, that'll help. And my sometimes not very talented driving also will show that as well. Feliz has gone into the pits, so we're not going to pick up another position, but we will at least creep to within about 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds of Manco Feliz. We'll find out. We were gaining time, so, and he blew that corner judging by how much time we just gained, so we may be really close once we get through the pit stop. We'll see. I'm Tommy is 4.5 seconds behind, and so here we go by Manco Feliz. I'm Tommy will probably pass him as well. So we'll see. We're coming up on another lapped car. This is to lapping 11th place, so some people have already quit again. Oh, Manco Feliz is still 5 seconds away, so it's a 25-second stop that you lose when you go into the pits. Now we know that number. I thought I was coming out ahead of him, but I was very wrong. Very wrong. Bad Reverend Bogey. So we're coming through the infield portion. We're still pulling away from I'm Tommy. Manco Feliz, we're catching him. We're catching Feliz now. We're kind of holding station with A. Garcia. So that's good, but we have another pit stop, so we're not going to I don't think we're going to gain on them anymore as we lap 10th place. That's Maverick, who has many penalties, apparently. I didn't look to see. I just saw that 4.5-second penalty, and I'm assuming he probably has more. But now we have an idea of how many people have quit, because we just did 11th and now 10th. And the last car we lapped was 14th, and I'm sure I didn't pass 4 other cars in that time, so... So Manco Feliz is starting to get a little distance on us. I'm Tommy remains 6.5 seconds behind. Losing a little time to A. Garcia. We're coming up to lap 9th place now, because 9th place just got out of the pits. I wonder if they were doing... I wonder if that person was doing 3 soft stints, which is really not advisable. 5 on softs on this track is really pushing it. So there goes Monk JZA, so that's another one that's gone. Matrix Guy is the 9th place car. So we're kind of lapping people at will, which is just sad. I'm not sure why that's happening. It's something that's been coming up. In Lime Rock, we lapped a lot of cars there, but Lime Rock's a short track. If you lose a minute there, you're down a lap. So, but I noticed it in other races. I did a couple races before filming this one in an Audi, and I don't know what happened to the Audi as far as fuel mileage goes. But I put enough fuel in that car, and it ran out of fuel or almost did. I actually managed to pit stop. I learned my lessons from the last video and managed to pull a pit stop off before running out of gas, but it happened to me twice. Once was on the ring Grand Prix, and I think the other one, I can't remember the other track. I did these races a week ago, so I can't really remember because I'm old. I can't remember really what the other race was, but I did 2 races. Oh, it was Road America. And I did 2 races in the Audi, and in both of them I almost ran out of fuel and had to stop an extra time, even though I hadn't planned on doing it. So I'm gonna, on the next, when I do start doing my next series of filming, I'm going to show that I put the tank where it says the recommended number of laps. And I usually put it on the high end of it. So if it's a 12 lap race, I click to 13 and then I click back to 12 because that's right at the high end of the 12 laps. And Tommy just quit. So now we're free and clear to keep going. Now our goal, which we're not going to be able to do in the next lap, is to get out in front of Mr. Unpronounceable by 25 seconds. And that's not going to happen unless Unpronounceable eats a wall. And walls are not tasty. I don't recommend that. So we're down to 135.9, so we've broken 136. Picking up a little bit of time on A. Garcia again. It doesn't matter. These 2 guys aren't going to pit again, and I am. My goal is to get as far in front of Unpronounceable as I can before the end of this stint, because I would like to get on the podium, and I don't know if I pit again if that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and hit these corners here, and we're a little slower this lap, but that's because we're on old tires. We're going to click over the minor in a very short amount of time. I said a very short amount of time. By the way, I did notice that I am at 4 laps of petrol, and I've got 5 laps to go. So, or just over 4 laps to go. So we're going to hit the pits. I think I'm hitting the pits again. We're lapping 7th place now, and that's because Tommy quit. This guy was in 8th. And we're about to lap 7th. But I think I'm going into the pits here. Yes, I am sneaking in. Let's see if we've learned any lessons from our previous video, shall we? The answer is soft, no. But I did see that we had 4.3 gallons left. Or 4.3 laps, not gallons. 4.3 laps. So we should have enough fuel. Unpronounceable pitted, but Laura is now ahead of us by 10 seconds as we start our out lap on soft tires, and we do have enough fuel to make it. But we need these soft tires to heat up real fast because we need to catch Laura, which we're already doing. We've already shaved a second off of him just in a matter of 4 or 5 corners. And so I don't know if he blew that hairpin or if the tires have that much more grip than what the hard tires have. And he may be stretching something out too. Again, I don't know. We'll see. He doesn't have any penalties. We still have that 1 second that we got from Maverick coming over and hitting the side of our car early on. So, you know, that's a joy. So we actually have to make up about 8 seconds on Lore to get our podium. And he's 7 seconds ahead, and we're going to have 3 laps to go as we cross the line. The tires have heated up. We still got enough fuel. Usually when it pops up that 3 lap, you have a little more fuel than that. So we're okay going into these last 3 laps, I think. We're heading to turn 1. We're shaving more time off of Laura. That was 1.2 seconds after the last time I looked at it. So that's good. We're heading into 3 now. We've picked up another 4 tenths coming out of 2, another 10th coming out of 3. Now we're 4, 5, 6. We picked up another couple of tenths as we go into 7. And there's a couple more tenths there, so we are gaining pretty quickly. So we're going to be on Lore at some point over the next couple of laps, and that's good. We're running a really good lap right now, and we've already picked up another second since the hairpin. So we're really on this now. We picked up 2 or 3 seconds this lap, and we're gonna crack another fast lap out here, and we're on our own. So there we go. Well, so much for that fast lap. It is a fast lap, but we were dumb and tried to cut. Turned in a little too early there. Another one of my brilliant moves. So we're heading down into finishing up lap 16. So we got 2 laps to go as we cross the line. We're up half a second, so that's good. We are gaining on Lore still, which leads me to believe he's stretching something out. Maybe on hard tires, but you usually don't pick up that kind of time between the hard and soft. So I think Lore's on some sort of wear. It could be minor. I don't think it's moderate. It's probably minor. We're lapping another car coming up here, so there's 1 car between me and Lore. As you can see on the mini-map, Lore is just coming off the drag strip, or about to. And I too am now off the drag strip. We're going to get by Matrix Guy shortly. He is the 7th place car. But we've lapped him twice, so that's got to give us an idea of how many people have left the game. We're up 6 tenths on this lap too, so we're having a really good lap. We've shaved another 2 seconds off. So I definitely think Lore is struggling with the tires. As we head onto the banking, there's 2.5 seconds difference between me and Lore now. And I've just got to keep it clean, but I've also got to get around Lore. The 1 lap warning comes up. We've got enough fuel. I'm not going to pit because of that. I know we've got enough fuel there. I'm praying we have enough fuel. Wow, 1.2 seconds. So we're down to 1:34.786. Nice lap. That's about as fast as I can go on this track in this configuration. So I'm kind of stoked with that, actually. Woo! Can you hear it in my voice? Woo! We picked up more time on Lore. We're going to be on him real soon. This is the point where you start seeing, thinking, okay, where am I going to get him? Can I get around him before the banking? That's the key, because of the penalty. So we're heading into this last series of infield corners before we start heading down this other straightaway. I cut the track again, and that is a penalty of 0.2 seconds. So now we're not getting to Lore before the banking. We're close. We needed to get him on that straight, and we didn't. So we are on the banking, and looks like we're gonna get him. He's riding low. I'm staying high. I don't really need the draft. I had a better run out of the corner. We'll get a little bit of a draft anyway. So we will pass him on track, but the penalties will put us back to 4th. And that's fine. It was a good race overall. I didn't particularly appreciate getting whacked. We lost 10 cars in that race.
We finished P4.
That's rough, but P4 is good. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Please comment, and we'll see you next